I'm Dirk Burrowes of Classic Drive. We're back with the Tucker, and we're talking with Rob Ida. Now, he actually was responsible for getting 1044 restored and has been working with the great-grandsons of Preston Tucker, as well as some historians, on exactly how this is built, and has some interesting stories about cars that were never built by Tucker. Rob, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us, you've not only embarked on a mission with restoration, your family has an attachment to Tucker going all the way back to Preston, doesn't it?
It's true, yeah. So right in the very beginning of the whole Tucker story, Preston Tucker reached out before the car was even complete and ready for sale. He reached out to a network of people around the country to try to build a network of dealers,
right,
so that he can actually raise capital while the car was still being developed. So dealers were set up around the country, and my grandfather, Joe Ida, he had a dealership in Yonkers, New York in 1947 and 1948, and he took lots of orders for cars, but obviously they never got delivered. But with that, the Tucker story, the idea of this car of tomorrow and how cool the car was and how great Preston Tucker was remained something important to us. So my father, myself, and my grandfather, about 20 years ago, we got together and we started to make plans of making some new Tucker cars. So we've done that. We made a few Tucker cars, and this year we were fortunate enough to handle the restoration of Howard Kroplick's Tucker number 1044. And that project really didn't fit our shop so much, because we're known more for hot rods and custom cars and handmade coach-built cars. So when the project came in, I said, you know what, this really isn't exactly what we do, but it could be if we had guidance from experts. So the expert guidance came from Sean and Mike Tucker. That's the great-grandsons of Preston Tucker, and I call them the R&D department.
Yeah,
and, so the research comes from Mike, and the development comes from Sean, and so those guys, coupled with my team and my father, Russ and Artie, we set to get this car done. And so initially we told the owner that it was about a 3-year project, and then the car was accepted to Pebble Beach, which was only 8 months away from the beginning of the project. So we did about 3 years worth of work in 8 months.
Wow. And you know that, and it, as I understood, it took a second at Pebble.
It did. It took second place to George Lucas's car at Pebble Beach, and first place here at Amelia Island.
First place at Amelia. Well, you know, it looks to me like a first place at Pebble, to be honest. But so there's some other things that you're doing. So what was inspiring in doing this? You decided to take on another Tucker project. Is that right?
Yeah. So we're very, very excited. Preston Tucker, after he kind of licked his wounds and the company was closed, he moved to Brazil and he started to develop some new ideas. And one of them was what he called the Carioca. And the Carioca is a little sports car. So imagine like a Porsche Speedster. A flat 4-cylinder air-cooled engine, rear-mounted, lightweight aluminum body, steerable fenders, beautiful looking car. He didn't really get much past the conceptual drawings. No real engineering drawings were done of that car, and unfortunately he died of lung cancer shortly after that. So we have those drawings, and now we are developing that car in our shop now, and we're using a Franklin air-cooled engine. We're trying to build this car as accurately as we could to what we believe the car would have looked like had Preston Tucker built it in 1955.
So you're using a flat 4 from air-cooled motors, right?
Yes.
They were sort of the remnants of Franklin after they'd gone out, right?
Right. And Preston Tucker owned Franklin
or air-cooled motors, yeah.
Air-cooled motors. So we feel that would have been the appropriate engine for him to build his car with.
Absolutely. So what's the schedule for that car? When do we think we'll see it here?
That's hard to say, because it's a monumental project. You know, it's something that we have to really make each piece for, and some things could come easy, some things not. So we haven't really put a finish date on that one yet.
So is that going to be a monocoque shell, or is that a proper frame car, or how's that being put together?
It's a framed car, so it's an aluminum body on a steel frame.
Aluminum frame.
Yes.
Yeah, very good, very good. So that's that's really sort of launched you into the Tucker side of this, hasn't it? It's really become a mission at this point.
It has. So we have a few loves, and so we love Tuckers,
yeah.
We love Porsches, and we love Willys cars. Of course, we work on a lot of other things too. Hot rods are near and dear to us, but those 3 models are about my favorite, and it's a family business, so that seems to be kind of what we're known best for, and we stay busy with those 3 models.
Well, that's terrific. Well, I appreciate you taking the time with us.
Thanks
so
very
much.
I appreciate it.
I'm Dirk Burrowes of Classic Drive. We've got so much more to come. Stay with us at Amelia Island 2019.